Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our little guide video that we're going to be doing and showing y'all how we can clear the Shadowguard Point Delve really quickly and some fast free. You can see there's already a bunch of other people here that are probably doing the same thing that I'm doing with their alts. This is real easy XP to get, quick and easy. It'll take about 5 minutes a run. And we are going to be getting 19-20% of our XP bar finished out per run. I'm currently sitting at level 82. We have finished out all of our Delver's Call quests and done each other delve. I did all the delves from 80 to 81, just clearing them out so that way I can get the quests done and ready to go for when we hit level 88 and go to turn those in. Now we are doing the Shadowguard Point Delve until we hit 88, and is located here inside of the Void Storm on this western side of the zone. It is this western delve that is indicated here on the map for you. We will be charging on in, slapping a bunch of mobs, and gaining a lot of XP. Let's hit this. We are running level 3, tier 3 delve, just because we can. I am currently also in war mode, which is why you saw those other people's health bars, the opposite factions, and I was taking a little bit of damage from some PvP effects, but no big deal. We sit in war mode because we want that 15% XP gain while we are inside of here. Delves do not count as an instance. They are still considered open world content for whatever reason, which makes it so that they are affected by the 15% boost that we will get through war mode. We did just miss Dark Moon Fair's XP buff, unfortunately. That ended a few days ago. That could have helped us out a little bit more in getting this XP, but we will do just fine with the only 15% from war mode. Now, when we zone in here, Valyria will create a little campfire just like Bran did. We want to eat that, get a 10-minute food buff for 5% of our main stat. 5% strength is going to go a long way here in helping us kill off these mobs a lot quicker. I'm going to go ahead and enchant my weapon with my little enchant brew. Give me some more primary stat and some armor. So I have 7% primary stat between my enchant and the buff here. Now, I personally like to take this in about 2 pulls for the entire delve. Depending on what class you're playing, as a DPS spec, you may find it to where you need to take a little bit more pulls than just 2. Tank specs, you can for sure get through this in just 2 pulls, possibly 3 if you're struggling just a little bit, or sometimes you have to run back through on a second loop to make sure that you have collected every single mob and gotten all the XP that we really want to get out of here. Now, at the end of this, I will be using a macro to teleport myself out of the dungeon and save some time. I will post that in the description below. We will also include some coordinates in the description below to let you guys know exactly where this delve is, just in case it's not appearing on your map because you haven't explored the map yet. Alright, we'll go ahead and get started. We want to start while we're mounted up. Being mounted up at the start is a lot better than running around on foot for this. We will be a lot slower that way. So you want to stay mounted. However, while being mounted, you do need to watch your HP because you're not going to be able to cast any spells to keep you alive or use any potions that will demount you while you're in the process. However, you can use that as like your breakpoint to then just stop where you are and start fighting all of the enemies that collected, and then another pull afterwards, which you will probably see me doing on this attempt. We're going to take a quick little sip of coffee here. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. All right. And we will go ahead and get started. Crank a little music We'll hit the stopwatch timer so you guys can see exactly how long this is taking me, and we'll get underway here. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Pull captain there. Aggro these guys, aggro this. And we're just going to loop around. We're going to find as many enemies as we can in this first pull. Valeria is going to take some aggro from you, and she's probably going to... Oh, I forget about that shield every time. My goodness. Alright, we're good. Alright. Valeria is probably going to die while you're doing this. That is perfectly fine. She's pretty useless for what we're doing here anyway. Like, her damage is so minuscule when you're doing a mass pull like this in a delve anyway that it's really not gonna matter that she's not alive. And look, you see her snap to my location because I got far enough away from her, which pretty funny, not gonna lie. I'll slip on through here. We procced our cheat, which is fine. That's why we have cheat deaths. It's not really a cheat death, it just like insta heals me when I hit a certain HP threshold, but it... I am going to pull to the stone there, which is about the halfway point of the delve. We'll grab this pack. We're not going to go up those stairs. Oh boy. You know what? Yeah, we're going to have to just send it right here. Alright. And we send our wings, we send our divine toll, and we just go ham. Look at all the pretty numbers. Look at all the beautiful, pretty numbers on the screen. Yes. 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 And you see my health. I haven't pushed Word of Glory once. This is just passive healing from my being inside my concentrate and dealing damage, which I find incredibly hilarious. These little prowlers are pretty annoying, not gonna lie. They stop. They just stop in their pathing for whatever reason. So sometimes you'll have to run back and finish them off. Like I was saying earlier, sometimes you have to do a second run through just to make sure you got everything. And yeah, see, we miss... There's more prowlers sitting somewhere. They're just like bugged out because they don't want to path completely to me. It might be because the Valeria dies. I'm not 100%. So their aggro table gets all weird and they don't know where to go. That could totally be a thing, but hey. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the rest of this done little delvey poo up. Grab this stuff. There are going to be herb and mining notes when you come into your delves. Those are worth a good 1600 XP a piece. You can stop at the end and grab those if you would like. It's also a decent way to grab some gold too. Herbs and ore are selling for a pretty decent amount these days. More so depending on what type it is, just because certain types are used more so in crafts that are needed. Girl says be quiet. Oh. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Stupid prowlers. I hate these guys. We'll just kill that one because it's bugging. It's alright, Illyria. Just take your little nappy poo. Remember, we were at 64%. That one pull, we're already 76%. Ooh, a little stutter there. The game's been stuttering like a lot more lately ever since this new expansion. Ridiculous amount of projected textures now in the game. I also just have an old computer, so yay! And look, see this Prowler, he's taking damage. He's just sitting there chilling. Like, alright, I think that is everything. We're gonna pop our wings, send a Divine Toll, hit an armament, so we get our swords. These little casters in the back are kind of annoying. That slow gets irritating. Yeah, so that one first pull, we had 12% of our level so far done. Yo, can you knock it off with your stupid slow, man? Holy smokes. Boom. Let's see where we are now. 83, from 64 to 83. Yeah, so 19% of our level. Grab this little plant node here. It's going to get a little extra. Yeah, see, 1575 for that. Still 84%. I mean, yeah, that was 20% then of our level. That extra little herb. Nate him. There's little stragglers over here. We'll go ahead and collect this real quick. Boom. 2 pulls. About 6.5 minutes to complete this whole thing. Not terrible. I've had it 5.5 minutes before. It just depends on the pathing you take to collect all of the mobs. Yeah, I still though, 5-6 minutes spent in a delve to get 20% of a level, like that's, come on now. Come on now. You spend 30 minutes doing this and you're gonna get an entire level. Multiply that by 7, and that's how long it'll take to go from 81 to 88, and then you can turn in your Delver's calls. Now I do have a macro that teleports me out, so I can just instantly reset the delve and go again. Boom. See, we're outside. Delver reset. We'll enter back in. It's time for round 2. There you are. Nice, quick, easy, and simple way to get yourself some juicy XP. I advise taking full advantage of this before Blizzard decides to nerf it. Because Blizzard loves doing things like that. They love taking away XP farms that are like this from us and just gimping the process. There's one other. Huh. Not showing in my chat pane anymore. Valeria does get some good experience as well from doing this. She is level 8 for me currently. When I started this process, she was like level 5. So like she gets, if I remember correctly when I saw it, she gets about 800 experience per run when you do this. So, and she needs what, like 8,000 or something for a level? Although I'm sure that probably scales up. 8,900, so about 9,000. So, you know, every 11, 12 runs of this, probably you'll be able to get Illyria up. So you'll get a few levels on Illyria out of this, which we definitely want to do. So that way we can boost ourselves into having a better companion for when we get to the higher tier of delves and make those easier on ourselves as well. Even though these stinking NPCs like Bran just don't do really anything. Even if she's set as DPS, it's like whatever. But yeah, please leave any tips and tricks that you have found along the way down in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Would greatly appreciate it. I am trying to start doing more of these kinds of tips and tricks, little videos, and just kind of building from there. Any little bits of feedback, always welcome. We are trying to always improve ourselves and our content for y'all. So let me know what y'all think, and I wish y'all the best in your alt leveling. Peace.